blah, blah. I'm going to start that over because my grammar is terrible.
Right.
Sorry. Go ahead and start again.
Wednesday show.
Yeah, Wednesday show. This is how Wednesday shows go.
Hello, Internet. I'm Dan.
And I'm Chaz, and this is Wine is Serious Business, episode 254. So we're here today. I went to the supermarket. I've been really interested to try some 2013 Oregon Pinots out, and these all kind of struck my eye. Two of these, namely, because they're kind of big names. The first one is the Argyle 2013 Willamette Valley, and then the last one we'll do is the Wright 2013 Willamette Valley. And then in between them is a wine that a producer that we like really well, Seven of Hearts, or we've enjoyed their wines very much in the past. We've actually filmed a show with Byron Dooley, who makes the wines, and I was at the tasting room getting a taste of his 2012 wines, and he didn't actually have this wine open to taste in the tasting room because apparently there was such a small amount of it available.
Yeah.
But a large amount of it went to his distributors, and he's like, it's out on the market. I just don't have it in the tasting room to pour. But I was able to snag a bottle, so I wanted to try it. I think kind of a big range of wine here, right? Like Argyle.
I'm kind of into Argyle. I feel it's definitely been underrepresented on the show, but they've been at it in Oregon for a long time. I feel like they're kind of hit or miss. Sometimes I don't like their stuff so much. Sometimes I feel like it's really good. So I'm excited to try this wine, see how it goes. Yeah,
and this is a wine that I very rarely have. I mean, their Pinot Noir every year is not something I typically seek out and drink, or even get, like, it even comes in front of me. But their sparkling is like something I always run into.
They're really known for their sparkling, and I think rightfully so. I feel like that's pretty consistently solid bottle, or like their entry level is pretty consistently solid bottle of wine. They got a range above it I'm not as familiar with, but I've enjoyed some of their Pinot Noirs in the past. So let's see how this one's doing.
So first off, really clear. We're like almost bordering on 2011 clarity.
Definitely,
totally class.
Or like you know, Rhone rosés and stuff like that.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's really pink.
That's all right with me. Yeah.
Not a bad thing. Yeah, I shouldn't say it like that.
No.
Or did it have a negative connotation? I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
This is a Wednesday show for me. I don't know, people who watch the show for a lot of years. I'm not stoned. I'm not partaking in Oregon's drug laws ahead of time. Not that I will afterwards, but it means I haven't got a lot of sleep.
He works Tuesday nights, probably slept 5 hours today, something like that.
3.5.
Yeah, there we go. So
yeah. Why not drink some wine and go back to bed?
Get some light strawberries on the nose there, I think. A little bit of dry red earth, a little bit of heat there too, I think.
I get some of the strawberries. The strawberry flavors are kind of the most aromatic to me, or like what jump out at me. There's like maybe a touch of like herbaceousness. Thinking like dried green herbs.
I'm with you on that.
And
not like Kitchener. Like I feel more like aromatic, like potpourri herbs. More than
potpourri
herbs.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I'm just curious.
It's more like it could be something like, it's not so much as like rosemary or anything like that. It's more like the leafy sort of herbs.
Yeah.
So, but I edge it towards potpourri. I would agree as well. It smells good though. It smells nice. Yeah.
Pretty straightforward on the palate, I think. The strawberries come through. A little bit of raspberries with stems, I think as well.
Yeah, it tastes almost like there's maybe some whole cluster in this. No, like it's got a little bit of stemminess to it.
Yeah.
Like you can actually I can imagine what the grape skins taste like eating the grapes a little bit.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit on this. Like it tastes a little grapey as well, but in a good way, right? Like it's got some of the strawberry characteristics that we were talking about before. It's got some raspberries to it. A little bit of tartness on the finish, kind of a little touch sour in a good way as the wine finishes. But I can kind of almost imagine eating the grapes. Kind of a good thing.
It's interesting. Yeah, it's really. People talk about wines kind of like being in a rustic style sometimes, and this puts that imagery in my head. Although flavor-wise, I'm not really sure that's the best descriptor, but I am getting a lot of like that dry red dirt and kind of like those stems, a little bit of seeds. It is like a more structurally driven fruit, like the fruit wine. Yeah. The fruit is like light on the palate, but the structure's really there. Just this side of being overwhelming, I think like another 20%, and I probably wouldn't enjoy it. But as it is, I think it's an interesting presentation, and one that I don't think you see too often at this price point. I think people usually go more for the like fruity, fun, easy, and this is a little more, you know, complex, earthy, reserved.
I would agree, and I like the, it's sort of like the body of a 2011 wine, just with a little more structure to it and a little more intensity. I like those things about it.
And this is a pop and pour too, which is probably working against it.
Okay. Yeah.
I think a little more time to open up will probably serve this.
That's true. Yeah, I might gain it just a little more weight and bring it up a little more aromatically and on the palate. Yeah, we literally just when Dan gets over here, I don't want to open all these and have something happen and have him not show up or emergency happen. So yeah, open these 5 minutes ago, 7 minutes ago. So
a little bit of cherry pit. I'm actually going to taste this again at the end of the lineup to see, because I feel like even from the first sip, I'm getting a little more depth to the fruit.
I think this was like right around $20, like $22, $23.
That sounds right.
This is delicious at price point.
And I think really noteworthy for those of you, because I think in that price range, while you get like good fruit a lot of times you also get like simple insipid fruit. And if you're really tired of that and want something a little more structurally driven, this would be a good bottle to pick, I think.
I agree.
In the end, 86 for me. I think I'd like a little more depth. The structural flavors don't excite me so much, but some of you I know will enjoy it.
I like the complexity to it, and I like the style the wine is in, having some lightness but having a little more structure. 87, almost like 87 to 88 points for me.
That makes sense.
I like this one. I like this one quite a bit. So
we're gonna. Oh, go ahead. Say what the wine is.
Okay, so the second one we're gonna do is the 7 of Hearts, just Pinot Noir, vintage 2013.
And I'm gonna take a quick break. We're gonna talk about some comments. We've been getting some good ones. Not a large number, but they've been high quality lately. We did our blind sparkling wine tasting, and we asked what sparkling wines do people like that aren't from California or Champagne, under $25.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, John Moser replied with a picture of 2 bottles from Analemma, which reminds me, I really need to try those. I've really loved some of their wines in the past.
Didn't we have their wines once?
We did their rosé.
Yeah,
mind-blowing,
and it was awesome.
Mind-blowing stuff. Yeah. And so I really want to try some more. So it's cool that you like it, because that's really proud me to go seek it out. And then Joel Strimling, another friend from town, longtime fan, he said number 10. I don't know what that is.
I think that's the Minimus wines.
Yes, that's exactly what you're talking about. Yep. Yeah, nice. And Cava are his picks, and we'll
which Cava?
We'll get to some more comments later.
Yeah. There's a lot of good Cava out there. So.
Yeah. All right, 7 of Hearts, 2013.
So it says a little over 500 cases produced.
Sure.
And the color on this is more atypical of Pinot Noir, right? We're getting to a darker ruby here.
Totally. Yeah. So. Beautiful, actually.
Yeah, it's a really pretty color. Really pretty color.
Touch of stems, little oak on the nose too, and definitely like riper cherries, bright red side of things.
Yeah, there was a sort of youthful or like young fruit characteristic to the Argyle that this is like providing more richness on the nose. There's a little more ripeness in a good way. Like it smells really good, really delicious. Yeah, just ripe cherries, big ripe cherries, and fresh.
Maybe even a little bit of chocolate there. If you've never been out in the tasting room, he shares his tasting room with his wife's business, Honest Chocolates.
Freaking brilliant.
Always a delicious stop. And a great spot if you've got some people out with you that aren't big wine nerds. It's a chance for them to change something up in their palate and have a nice time. I always like stopping by them when I'm out in the valley.
Yeah. Pro level stop. So. I should drink the wine.
So it was like dusty kind of stem notes and chocolate notes hit the palate really early for me, and I get the fruit coming in a little later.
This is like the cherries are there, and they're not as ripe on the nose. They don't taste as ripe on the palate as they do on the nose. Like
I agree.
They're definitely right before full ripeness. There's a little bit of the pomegranate thing going on, like a little bit of pomegranate juice. Providing just a little bit of tartness as the wine sort of finishes. There's a really nice, one thing I really like about 7 of Hearts wines is the acidity.
Yeah.
Like, it's got a lot, but just the way it goes about, blanketing the tongue and sticking in the cheeks is just always great. It's not strong, it's not too grippy. I think it's just the way he pairs the tannins with the acid. All the way down to the base level, Willamette Valley Pinot Noir shows that.
Yeah, the textures on the acidity is really good. It's definitely full, makes the mouth water. It adds depth to the fruit that I think that is definitely appreciated. I feel like the fruit flavors are a little straightforward, but that acidity really lets them work into the mouth a little more, and it makes the whole thing much more enjoyable.
Yeah, it literally like makes your mouth salivate. As you swallow the wine, it like makes it have this like really juicy texture on the palate. Paired with like sort of a medium, like it's definitely got a little more weight than the Argyle.
Yep.
Like alcohol wise, it's actually less. So this is 12.9 alcohol.
I would have. Wow. All right. I would have guessed more. It feels like it's got some body to it, but yeah. But I guess 13 is going to be that way, right? 13's
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But texturally, and then on the finish, this wine is really nice. So
yeah,
I like where this is. I like where this is drinking right now. So
I think a little touch from the barrel there. I think I'm getting a touch of oak, and I'm getting just some nice fruit flavors sitting kind of like right on the front end of the tongue, which like the whole package works together pretty nicely at this price point. I think it does. I think it does real well.
Yeah, it's a cherry. There's like maybe like even like a little hint of, say, like young red apple or something like that going on, just on the front of the tongue when you first taste it and swallow it. Anyway, it's a complex, interesting wine, and another one that was like right around $20. So killer. And this is, I'll still hold this statement with this wine. A lot of times people ask me what's a good wine for under $20 or a good Pinot Noir for around $20 that they know they can get at Fred Meyer or they can get at Albertsons. And I'll direct them to the Seven of Hearts Pinot Noir.
Yeah.
Because it's just a nice entry-level wine for people. The structure is not overwhelming. The acidity is full without being aggressive at all. And the fruit flavors are always really good. So
yeah, still plenty of structure. Like I think some good balance going on here. 87 for me. Just barely. I guess it's still all the flavors are kind of straightforward, so not a whole lot of excitement coming. But I feel like the balance is there. Everything's well put together. It's an enjoyable drink.
I'm 88 points, 88 plus range for me. It's a very good wine. Move on. Sorry.
Moving on. All right.
Chez's explanation.
No, it's good. No, we're gonna move on to a couple more comments too. Going back 2 episodes, we asked what the top 5 guitarists of all time are. So that's some fun stuff to read back. Some of the regular names again. My girlfriend Joy responded. She worked in the music business for a number of years. Jimmy Page, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Joni Mitchell, Robert Johnson, and Jimi Hendrix. She gave some runners-up. She said never ever Eric Clapton. That'll cause some controversy, I'm sure too. And John Moser again. Thanks for the comments. Came back with Dimebag Darrell, Dave Mustaine, Adam Jones, James Hetfield, and Angus Young, which a couple like different generations of guitarists for the most part there, but some cool responses. So thanks for putting those in. The rest of you, get in on some of these. It makes it more interesting. I'm going to try really hard to read more of these back because I think that's fun.
And that's a really good idea. And the one other thing I've seen other people do in videos, and I'll ask you guys to do it too. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit the thumbs up button on the right below the video, because it helps bump our videos up in searches. And
Share the love. Thanks for all the new followers.
Appreciate you guys for watching us though.
Yeah,
it keeps us doing this. So
thanks.
Yeah.
Wine number 3. Ken Wright, entry level, right?
Yeah, so this is just the Willamette Valley. I think this one's a little more pricey, so it's around 26.
Sure.
I mean, you can get after that with a name like Ken Wright. He really has a lot of history surrounding putting Oregon wines on the map. He made some of the first really high-scoring Oregon Pinots that were ever scored by Parker and such, right?
And still, a lot of the press really loves what he does.
Yeah, and you can't argue. Every year he makes a terrific wine.
It's true. He does make like some bigger, juicier wines, and sometimes people get on the wines about that. But I feel like every year, out of the ones that you've seen it, if you've been following us, a couple every year are fantastic.
Totally.
And totally deliver at at their price point. So, so I'm interested in trying this. I've had one previous vintage, but not this one. So,
all right.
And this is a blend of stuff, right?
I'm gonna guess. Yeah, so it's a blend of the finest vineyards.
Yeah.
So probably what it means is just that it was the stuff that didn't make the cut, right?
And oh man, if you ever get a chance to hear him talk, take it, because like he's one of those people in life that just has this clear vision of what he values and what he wants to do, and how how the world works around his winery, and is really good at presenting that in a speech too. So
agreed.
Yeah, he's in a quick speech you can really get an idea of where his brain's going and what he's trying to do and what's important to him when he's making wine. So I think it's really interesting if you get the chance to see it.
All right, so the color here again, we're dark, dark gold ruby or gold ruby, a nice red ruby. So.
It has got jewels on the mind. I
do apparently, yeah. This one smells spicier.
Yep.
Like a little more of the sort of cinnamon spice, nutmeg.
Yep. A little edging in that direction. The fruits are darker too.
Yeah. It's whereas there was a lot of stemminess, whole cluster sort of smell in the other wines. This is a little rounder.
A little more blackberry, a little hibiscus.
Ooh, yeah. See, I can see almost a little bit of the potpourri dish thing going into here as well, right? But like a nice sense of like ripe cherry fruit as well. And it smells good.
Mm-hmm. Boy, we really have kind of like a full spectrum here. This one is full of fruit.
Yeah, big time.
Getting a really big burst of like tart raspberry and blackberry on the back end of this. But yeah, big flavor.
Big time. Yeah. You know what's surprising about this is says it's even lower alcohol, 12.5. But as far as the body is concerned, I mean we're easily matching the Seven of Hearts, and the way the finish kind of pops, it's like it feels larger in the mouth than it is. So
yeah, it starts out pretty light, I think, and I'm getting a little more like that hibiscus tea, a little lighter flavors, and tea-like tannins. I think kind of persist across the palate.
Your red tea. Yeah.
But then those blackberries and raspberries really come rushing in towards the finish. Get real full.
Mm-hmm. Structurally, the tannins are pretty well in line with the rest of fruit. They're definitely sticking to the sides of my cheeks and my gums, drying everything out a little bit. There's a good amount of acidity. This isn't a limp wine at all. Like there's really good structure in it for being an entry-level wine. And yeah, just like Dan said, a lot of fruit, a lot of tea-like characteristics. It's surprising. Very good at the price point. Yeah,
like good acidity and very outspoken's a little too strong here, but it's very forward in all of the aspects of it. I think the balance is there, but it's just bigger.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, so we have a really interesting spectrum of three wines going on here, I think.
Yeah, this is and this was totally by chance we picked this order too, so it's pretty crazy that it turned out that way. So.
Yeah, it would have been difficult going the other way, I think.
Right. It was actually a service to all three wines to do them this direction, because the Argyle is definitely the leaner of the three wines. The Seven of Hearts really plays a nice role in the middle, just due to the way the acidity and like the structure is. Like you kind of sense everything behind the Argyle, and this one is just a bigger wine, but I think a lot of people like it. I think it's got a little bit for everything. I mean, a little bit for everyone. I mean, people who are wine connoisseurs will like it because there is great acid, great structure, and some compelling flavors, right?
There really is. The fruit's on the big side, but the acidity keeps up with it all the way through. Yeah.
Totally. But there's a lot of fruitiness here, and there's a lot of intensity to that fruitiness, so it's a very easy wine to understand. So I could see you plopping this on the table with your mom that doesn't drink any wine and her really liking it. I know that my mom would really like it. So, yeah, good wine. 87 or 88 points for me as well.
Sure.
Like the intensity level's there, the complexity level is not there all the way, and it's just a 88 plus. Yeah, it's a very. I mean, these are all surprising me, honestly. Like these are all really nice wines. So
yeah,
to buy these are all like 23, 24 bucks, 22, 23 bucks, and like $26, $27. And they're all really nice wines.
And I'm wondering, right, like,
I'm going to go like 89 points on this.
And this would have been an interesting show to do blind.
Points.
It's making me second guess myself a lot here, because or like double blind, where I have no idea what they are.
89 points. It's good. It's very good. I shouldn't be down on it at all.
87 for me. I'm going to put it even with this. I think they both have their charms in different ways. This delivers kind of like more on that delicate side of Pinot Noir, and this delivers more on the fruity. Definitely without going too far, though. I think they both, and then they're both kind of straightforward, right? There's not like depths that you can get into and really sit and think about,
right? Or evolution on the palate, or any of the things where we can kind of sit there and be like.
But all of these guys make a range of wines above this, so that's not the point of this bottling, right?
Totally. Yeah. But these all deliver really well.
I think they do too. Yeah.
I'm very impressed. This show turned out a lot better than I thought.
And for those of you in the national market, I'm pretty sure you can see these two around.
Yeah.
You know, at local wine shops. So if you see them, I think all of them are definitely worth checking out. As promised, I'm going to give this one more run before we wrap up. See it being open for a little while, help things out. And this was in screw cap as a note too.
So one thing, by you saying that, this puts it. The next show we do will be blind 2013 Chardonnay. So.
Well, one of the next shows. I've got some.
Oh, you got some shows too. Okay, yeah. So one of the next shows we do will be blind Oregon Chardonnay.
Yeah.
From 2013.
We've got good stuff, man. We've got a bottle of Swiss Pinot Noir that our friend Chris from Germany sent home with us, right? Oh, you remember that? We made that trade with him. Thanks to Chris. He's got a couple reviews on Brooks lately. Weinzeit, if you speak German or want to use Google Translate, cool German wine blog to check out.
And he just did the bridge.
He just did Janus. He just posted Janus like today.
Oh crap!
Or yesterday, yeah. So check it out.
Seen it, yeah.
I'll probably share it. And I've got 3 Rieslings from the Willamette Valley that I haven't tasted like in depth before. A couple I've tried, but I'm looking forward to those. And we've still got some German interviews. We got to get out there. So a lot of cool stuff still coming. Keep watching. Wine is serious business.
Yeah, this has taken on much more fruitiness now. Like it's got like almost like a watermelon characteristic to it. At least stepping back from the Ken Wright.
Weird,
right? Like it's kind of juicy now. It's I like it. Very easy drinking.
If you put one of these here and one of these here blind, I would never guess that they were the same wines.
Yeah, crazy. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Yeah. And what was our question of the day? We didn't even think about it, did we?
I was thinking about them today. I didn't keep track of any of them. Guitarists kind of inspired me. I'm curious, and because I struggled with this. I've seen a lot of people write their top 10 musical albums of 2014. I really couldn't come up with any. Like none that I felt were really great. Black Mirror by Broken Note I think is going to take it for me, but I even kind of had to dig for that. And in most years there's something that I feel like just really is magnificent and everybody should check out. I don't feel that way about anything in 2014. Did anything really run away with it for you?
I think only because it hit right at the very end was R.L. Grime Void.
That makes sense. You love that guy.
But I already love the guy's music and the way he produces, and so that was more just, I was really excited to see him produce his first album because the dude's been mixing for years and making all these remixes that I've been following, and so that would be it for me. That was the one I was like, when it hit, I like bought it, and I'm like, yeah, very excited, and it turned out very good.
It's nice. Is that all trap music? Is that
no, it's a little bit of everything. I would say it's like 70% trap, and there's some where he kind of plays around with other styles of music. But, yeah,
cool.
I like trap music. It's good.
So I guess there's ours. Let us know your favorite album of 2014.
Yeah.
We look forward to seeing you in a week.
Bye, guys.